Now, earlier this week, Donald Trump had a meeting with the National Sheriff's Association, and among many of the different things he discussed was the topic of civil asset forfeiture. Now, for those who might not be aware of what that is, basically, it allows police to come and take your stuff, to seize your assets, your personal belongings, if they believe it was connected to a crime that you may or may not have done. For example, somebody in your family might be accused of smoking marijuana, so then they could come in and take your house. Well, smoking marijuana in a lot of states is still a crime, still a federal crime. So the police could be like, well, I'm going to take your shit. We believe that it was your house was used to facilitate marijuana sales, so I'm going to take your house. Oh, disaster. In fact, that actually happened to a white family, and I forget where. So, again, that can include, as I just mentioned, houses, cars, money, any personal possession that the police think may have been involved in a crime can be taken. And again, this doesn't even require you to be convicted of a crime. They just have to believe it. They have to think it, which is amazing. And again, in one of the other disastrous parts about civil asset forfeiture is the fact that even if there is no conviction, if they find that there's nothing wrong, like, okay, you didn't do anything wrong, you didn't commit any crimes, but we can still keep your stuff. And the process to getting your stuff back is often incredibly difficult, and the costs to do that are always on the people whose stuff has been taken. So if you don't have a lot of money, you can't go through the courts to try to sue to get your stuff back. So this is absolutely disastrous. And of course, there are reports that that certain precincts, since they are underfunded in a lot of areas, have turned to civil asset forfeiture as a way to fund their own police departments, which, if you think about it, is incredibly gross. They're literally going in and they're taking people's stuff without convictions and then using it to fund their departments so they can go take people's stuff. It's sick. Now, what does this have to do with President Trump? Well, simply, he supports civil asset forfeiture. And at the meeting, he offered to, quote, destroy a Texas lawmaker's career at the behest of a sheriff that didn't like a certain piece of legislation. Now, the sheriff, Harold Evanson of Rockwell County, Texas, had mentioned an unnamed senator who was introducing legislation that would require a conviction before police could seize forfeiture money. So you actually have to go through the justice system and, have the police find you guilty and convict you of a crime before they can legally seize your stuff. And of course, this legislation would stop a decades-old practice going back, of course, to the drug war, which is where this original idea came from, to seize people's stuff. In order to stop the drug cartels, they had to seize all their property. Well, this sheriff said, quote, if this guy's legislation goes through, then the drug cartels would end up building a monument, saying that anybody who gets their stuff stolen obviously working for the cartels. And of course, we know that's not exactly true. Now, who is this state senator? He asks, do you want to give his name? We'll destroy his career. That's according to people in the room, that basically Trump had said that to this sheriff. So that's great. That's great. President is literally offering to destroy the career of somebody who doesn't want the cops to take your stuff. Unless, of course, you're actually convicted of a crime. This is what Trump's arguing against. He wants the cops to take your stuff even if you're not found to be a criminal. Amazing. If that is not a police state, I don't know what is. Now, there is another senator that found out about this and has come to this unnamed senator's defense, and I love this. This is Pennsylvania Democratic Senator Dalen Leach. Now, Leach also supports civil asset forfeiture reform. He wants to change the system. He says, this isn't right. This isn't right that the cops can roll up and basically steal your belongings without a conviction, without convicting you of an actual crime. That doesn't make sense. Maybe we should put some protections into the people. Protect the people from big government literally coming in and stealing all your possessions. So now, this senator, Dalen Leach, said, look, hey, last Tuesday he said on Twitter, hey, Trump, why don't you come after me? You're going to go threaten another senator? Well, why don't you come threaten me? Quote, hey, I oppose civil asset forfeiture too, Leach wrote on Facebook and Twitter. Why don't you come after me, you fascist, loofah-faced shit-gibbon? I love it. Shit-gibbon. Now, damn. You know, that's pretty harsh. I love it. Shit-gibbon is actually aptly accurate for Donald Trump, by the way. Now, of course, normally when a senator says something out of line, their spokespeople come out and say, well, you know, that's not what he meant. He was having a bad day. Well, not in this case. Not in this case. Leach's spokesperson argued that, no, he's absolutely right. You are a shit-gibbon. Quote, President Trump blithely talked about destroying the career of a man who disagreed with Trump on a policy issue. Then Trump laughed about it, which is just about what you would expect from somebody who gets his kicks firing people on national television. Trump just continues to undermine democratic norms, America's system of checks and balances, and the general principle of human decency. Senator Leach is mad as hell about it, and you can see from his tweet. I love it. I like this guy. I even like his spokesman. Spokesman's like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, he is a shit-gibbon. Without even having to say it. It's like, I support my guy's tweet. Look, here's the great thing, right? So if Leach has as much passion in getting rid of civil asset forfeiture or reforming that system, that's great. I mean, in all the different places that it happens, it needs to stop. And so people that are that dedicated to fighting against people like Donald Trump, who are in favor of this kind of government, you know, big government coming in and taking personal private property, great. We need all the strong Democrats that we can get. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more like this, please hit the subscribe button below. And if you want to support truly independent progressive media, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/TYTNation.